This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. Well, I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, damn, QC. They just recently sold for, what, $300 million or something like that? And I was thinking, well, who would buy? Who would buy QC for $300 million? I know you're like, Jordan, you are crazy. Why wouldn't they buy their catalog for $300 million? Well, if you think about it, right? With all these catalogs and everything, right? How are they going to generate another $300 million? You can argue that QC has definitely generated over $300 million, right? Just off the Migos alone, they've done 10, 20, maybe 30 million, right? Maybe, I was trying to find the end, the accurate numbers, but like if you just take what they've done, maybe multiply it times two from what's reported, because you're gonna have overseas sales that aren't calculated and everything else. You multiply that times 10, and obviously the distributors are going to get their cut and everything, but they've generated a good 150 $200 million, right? Let's just say that, right? Migos, the little baby, he's generated a lot of money, but he's had similar sales, to be honest with you. If you look at him, he had a slow start, and then like he peaked in 2020, and arguably you could say the last album he released was not that great. It wasn't as good as My Turn, right? You can see a decline. I don't know if you guys can, but I feel a decline with Little Baby. It just feels like, okay, he peaked, because that album My Turn was good. It was good. The last one didn't even measure up. I have to be honest. It wasn't even 3/10 of what that My Turn was. My Turn had some bangers on it. This didn't really have a standout song. It was kind of like just normal Little Baby songs. I wouldn't have put it out. I would have waited. But then you got Migos breaking up, right? Like QCP's probably known this for a while. He's had a little trouble with them in the beginning, 2020 or 2019. Then they got back together, got their business together with QC. Then Offset wants to leave after that album comes out, 2021, right? Or was that? Yeah, was that 2021, 2022? That album comes out. Offset wants to bounce, right? Some things happen within the group. Quavo and Takeoff make their own group. Offset's over here disputing everything with QC. Then Takeoff dies, So now you're left with no group. Migos is over. You got Little Baby dropping a dud around that time. Little Yachty is probably making most of his money from writing. City Girls is a vanity act. And you're looking at QC and you're like, you know what? I've had, QCP and Coach K probably had that deal on the table for a while that they could sell to Scooter Braun's. He's managing that North Korean company, or I'm sorry, South Korean company that's buying a lot of people's catalogs, and they do a deal for $300 million. Now, but what's worth $300 million? Does he have part of their publishing? Are they signing away part of their publishing when they signed a QC? Like, what do they own that's worth that much money for future revenue? Because if a company puts up $300 million, they're going to want to make more than $300 million back over a long-term investment. Is that even possible? Because the music's dated after a while. After 10 years, like, some Migos music will be classic. Maybe one or two Little Baby songs. Little Baby's not going to go down in history as classic. He's a moment rapper for me. Migos had some classic moments that'll always go down in history. You can argue them if you want, but I feel like the Migos had a more of a cultural impact than Little Baby did. Little Baby was just, he's here, it's good, but it'll pass. And I'm not trying to like wish for his downfall. I'm just saying you can see when when things shift, people are gonna get tired of that. He says a couple real things here and there, you know. You can't play both sides of the fence. You can't play both sides of the fence when you deal with me. 4 pockets full and been with me. There's a reason I was never a rapper. But anyways, tell me what you guys think. I was just thinking about that. I was like, no wonder they sold. The timing it's ending. Let's get our money and let's go do something else. You know, they could still be in music, but they don't want to be. They're going to redo it. They're going to do something different. Peace.